Hi everyone, I'm Dr. Alice.
And I am Natasha Apiag.
We are your self-care specialists. Yes, and today we really want to emphasize the importance of connection, especially during these difficult times. So we wanted to introduce a fun game that we're playing. It's called So Cards, and we're talking about what's so in the world and having some deep, authentic connections. These are kind of like conversation starters that kind of go a little more in depth with getting to know people. So that's what we're up to today. So I'm going to just randomly pick a card. Natasha, pick
card. Card number 2. Nope. Yes.
This one? Okay. This one. All right. What is so? Oh, interesting. Okay. So the question is, what's a common trait shared by everyone you've dated?
Ooh. Let's get straight to it.
Getting on the love line.
Wow. All right.
I think about that. Yeah.
Yeah, you know, what was there for me when you first asked the question is that I got issues. And per the conversation I had last night with my partner, so what is the common thread that came up for me is that I don't listen at all. Like there comes a point, and for myself, like I know there comes a point where I wake up every morning, and instead of my first thought being what I can do to take care of myself, my first thought is what can I do to appease my partner? What can I do to make sure that not I, but we have an extraordinary day? And in doing that, I've got all these things running like the machine in my head, just running on, I got to get X done and Y done and Z done, and that has to be done by this time. And that when they're actually talking to me, I'm not there in the room. I'm all in my head. And when things come up, like, yes, we've had this conversation, they'll say, Natasha, I told you about this 2 weeks ago. And I'm like, no, you didn't. And I totally make them wrong. No, you did not. And then they're left with, well, my partner doesn't listen to me. And it's a common complaint that has been in every relationship I've been in. And that is what I'm out to transform, and like who I am right now, being in connection and being in connection with my partner, being in connection with my business partners and associates, i.e. you, Miss Dr. Fong, my sister from another mister. And really, like, this is the common occurrence that I don't like about myself, that I check out because I'm so caught up in what's going on in here and not really being present in the moment with the people who are in conversation with me. Whether I choose to be in conversation with them or not is what I have to transform. Is to really be there with people and to listen. Listen for what's being said and for what's listening to not being said. And so, yeah, that's I'm not sure. I think I answered the question. I just checked what came up for me.
Like it was more of a common trait that you had with every partner that you've had versus your common trait.
Yeah.
Yes, I guess that would be them complaining about you not listening as a common trait. So what I'm hearing. But I could totally relate to that because I am someone that tends to be in my head a lot, and then I realized that doesn't allow me to be present with people. And actually before, a couple years ago, I would say, to answer the question of what's a common trait shared by everyone you dated, I would have used to say, like, a couple years ago before my current partner, that like every guy I dated is emotionally unavailable. And that was their thing, and that was their issue, not my issue. Just like, I don't know why I tend to It's like they come on like really into me, and then all of a sudden they get cold and run the other direction. And I was like, what the heck? They hate commitment, whatever. I don't know what it was. And it really took a lot of deep work, some self-discovery to really realize that was connected with my relationship with my father and like blaming him for being emotionally unavailable. And I realized I had to take responsibility for how I'm being in each and every relationship and how I had been distant and not actually being vulnerable and allowing that love and connection to build and being responsible for that. So that's something I've discovered for myself, and now I'm in an amazing relationship. It's actually, we have our 2-year anniversary coming up next in a few weeks actually, and he's actually beyond like what I could imagine for an emotionally expressive person. He's like, it's weird. He's so expressive sometimes. It's like, what's going on? Um, but I still like, I do tend to notice some common things that I fall into, patterns that I used to sometimes. I catch myself. Whereas, you know, I remember a past partner where he would complain where when he'd come home from work and I would just be in the zone on my computer focusing on getting my work done. And I was like, you know, because I do a lot of work from home. Mm-hmm. And he complained that I didn't always excitedly greet him. And I was just like, well, I'm kind of trying to get some work done, so I don't have like the time and energy to excitedly greet you every single day. Was my like, why should I? kind of a thing. And I see like I do tend to get into the zone sometimes, so I'm just like not even present to my partner, and I have to mix but then I can realize, you know, that's a slippery slope, because I can always get into business zone mode and I'm just like in the zone and not being present, and I really have to make it very intentional. Like we could be hanging out together and I'm just doing my thing and he's doing another thing, and then I'm complaining like I don't feel connected to you. But I'm not really like making an effort to connect either. So I had to accept responsibility and realize that I need to create some structures, like, you know, putting all devices away and just like being with each other, no distractions whatsoever, so we have that quality time, that connection when we start to like drift apart. And so that makes a big difference. But yeah, whenever I noticed, and actually even this past weekend where I was like burnt out from the week from work, and we did go to the lake together, which was really nice. But I was just like so tired and I didn't even want to like talk, because I was just like, I've been on calls all day, every day for weeks. I just need to like zone out. And I realized that, you know, I need to be able to take care of myself, to have the energy, because, you know, he's one of the most important people in my life. And if I'm giving all my clients like everything I got, but then like there's nothing left in the tank to give any energy to him, that is unfair, because he really does matter to me. Oh, this is Ellie. Say hi.
Hi, Ellie. Hi, Tasha. Pleasure to meet you.
Yes. How are you, Ellie? Okay. She's visiting because mommy's got a work meeting, so she's got dropped off here. Just yes. But yeah, that's my whole story of you know, what I've discovered about relationships, and I'm continuously, you know, refining it. Yeah.
Right on. In the moment.
In the moment. So that's relationships, that's life. It's being present to, you know, I think both of us has just kind of like the gist of what we've established today is being responsible for our way of being in a relationship. Matters. It makes a difference.
It does. It makes a difference on how you show up, whether you're showing up to work, with
right.
your relationship with your coworkers, if you have any.
Right,
exactly. Or the relationship to the people you're serving at work, you know?
Yeah.
And at the same time, like who we are when we're at home with the people who know and love us the most. I do want to acknowledge the fact that, did you say 2-year anniversary?
Yes, that's right. In a few weeks.
Yay, that's awesome.
Yeah, we're going up to, we got an Airbnb near Chico. We're gonna go like on some hikes and stuff during hills. We'll see. A little mini getaway. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah. So
It's a nice area. I really love that place.
yeah, I haven't been in a super, super long time. I haven't been since I moved, so it's been at least over like 2 decades probably since I've been up there. So it's been a while. Yeah.
You're aging us. Staff.
All right. Well, I hope everyone enjoyed our authentic conversation and us being real with you. And tune in next time for our next so-called fun discovery game.
On What So?
On What So, yes.
With the Enlighten Bodhi Spa.
That's right, with the Enlighten Bodhi Spa, yes.